afternoon, everybody. Right. It is, as usual, indeed a pleasure to host you all for this convocation ceremony. And I always take that proud privilege of welcoming the guest on the dais, Mr. Vipul Sabharwal, Mrs. Rachna Sharma, Dr. Sandeep Marwa, Mr. Saurabh Sharma, Mr. Gurdeep Singh Raina, and my deans and principals sitting with us, sharing the dais with us, Mr. T.N. Prasad, Dr. T.N. Prasad, Principal ALC, Dr. Maruf Ahmed Mir, Dean ASB, Dr. Shweta Batra, Dean Examination, Mr. Ashish, Head ALC, Dr. Sunita Verma, Dean Student Welfare Department, Ms. Garima Malhotra, Ms. Preeta Rajiv Raman, Mr. Ravi Sharma, the Dean for CRC, Dr. Preeti Sharma, and Ms. Shipra Srivastava. These are the people with whom this day would not have been possible in your life as well as in the life of AEG. And my dear faculty members who are sitting right there, I extend my gratitude to all of you for spreading that word of wisdom and the light to the students so that they are able to achieve and are sitting there in this convocation and being graduated. So I would like all of you to give a round of applause as a gratitude to your teachers who have actually made this day possible for all of you. Yes, of course, this is your day. And you are graduating today or getting your, earned diplomas and the certificates and the degrees today. But as rightly said, please remember the people who have been there helping, guiding you for achieving what you have achieved today. So I would request again all of you to pay gratitude to your parents, friends, and whosoever who has made it possible for you to study, earn, and then become financially independent individuals today. So a round of applause for your parents and everybody. This day ideally becomes a nostalgic one for, I guess, all of us sitting here on the dais and the teachers. Why? Because this day in particular, though this is happening after 3 years, 2019, that we did our last convocation this way. We did it online in between for a batch, but then everybody, whosoever we asked this time around to go for online convocation, people said no. So thankfully, COVID is also, not that rigorous as of now. So we thought of doing it and, calling all of you and have a connect with all of you today. So when I'm standing here, seeing each one of you, some of the faces, are being recognized, right? And then it takes us back to the stories of the days when you were there in the campus. So all those requests of last moment leave application approval from Dr. Maruf especially, and then all those long queues in front of Dr. Sunita Verma's cabin, right? So those are, I guess, a lot of struggle that you guys have done apart from studying in this campus, right? So yes, it is, it gives, like a reel, it runs in front of us, standing here, your journey in Asian Education Group, and then 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, BLLB is a huge journey. And this time, believe us, whatever bonding you have got with the institution, we have got better bondings with you. And I feel proud to say that each one of us in this campus have, passed out with the great achievements. Academically, if I talk about majority of the people in PGDM have got more than 6 CGPA. So, and that is, the toppers have even at the score of 8 or 8.9 CGPA, which is huge. Even for the undergraduate courses like BBA, BCA, BLLB, LLB, it was wonderful to see the university results where we ideally could not do much. But yes, seeing your enthusiasm and then interest for learning, which is very important, the way you guys have scored in your additional diplomas which were and certification courses which were being arranged to you for developing your skill set and making you a different individual from the people or the students passing out from the different colleges. You all have scored wonderfully well, and I guess that has developed the right kind of a skill set with all of you. So my gratitude and my round of applause to you for achieving, those good grades and making the Asian Education Group to a bigger heights of academic achievements. Similarly, I understand the undergraduate courses, people, some of BBA, BCA, if I talk about, some have gone for the higher education, some have been associated with their family business. But whosoever has asked for the placement assistance has been given, and you guys have, started working in the corporate world. Similar is with the law graduates. Some of you are working, some of you are going for the higher studies. But then, yes, a great achievement of doing a professional course and then becoming financially independent individual. This word I keep talking right from the day of orientation, if you remember, that when you are doing a professional course, you are doing it with a single objective of becoming financially independent individuals. And I'm happy that all of you, whether working, not working, or have a different goal in your life, but have become financially independent individuals. So my congratulations to all of you on this, and a word of thanks to Mr. Ravi Sharma for taking those efforts, and the team of CRC, those who have taken those efforts to make you placeable and arrange placements for you guys, and the CSD as the department, Center for Skill Development, who has actually worked upon grooming you professionally and helped you become placeable during the course of your courses. So the journey has started. You always are out in the world, out in the air, and the only suggestion or the guidance that I have with you guys, long back when I was working in corporate, so I was working for a Swiss company called Schweiz, and that was that time introducing the non-ionic form of iron in India, and I was doing the major research work on the same. So a lot of studies, lot of research that we had gone through. Then there was a learning that came that I remember very clearly even today, that the maximum growth of the brain of an individual happens in first 10 years of his life. Why I'm talking about this today is because then the further studies, why is the reason that it happens so? It happens so because during that time, the child is very inquisitive about anything and everything which is in his surrounding. Be it a socket where he tries to put his fingers, be it a lizard, be it an ant, and anything and everything that he's inquisitive about what it is, right, and wants to know about it. That is how the people suggest that in those 10 years of life, initial 10 years of life, the child should be exposed to maximum of the things and the places, right? The moment you go out, he would find new things and observe and develop the new brain cells. That is the system of the human body. Right. So that learning comes, and from that learning, those brain cells are activated. When I connect it to, the individual human beings, even at the age that I'm standing at, the learning remains the same. So if you can, my suggestion is, if you can keep that child alive in you throughout your life, you would always be open to learning, and then you would always be open to generate those new brain cells and improve your intelligent quotient. So that is something that you ideally need to be very particular about learning. Learning is something that we say, okay, we have passed out, then, need not study anymore. But then learning is, make learning a continuous part of your life. Daily routine, exposed to new situations, right? When you are going to the corporate, this life is all about, handling the situations. You don't know what mood your boss would be today, right? You only get to know when you interact with him, and then you handle the situation that way and, take care. And then a lot of new learnings that come every day out of your work. So work more, observe more. I look at it, the more you work, irrespective of, your job role or, responsibility or something, the more you work, that is your self-development, right? And people say it hard work. Yes, it is hard work, because you are putting that extra effort and then learning, contributing to the growth of the organization, and more than that, you are contributing for yourself, right? So please keep these two things in your mind. And the third thing that I always say is, be yourself. Remember who you are. Remember who your parents are. Remember what is your background, where you come from, what are your cultural values, what are your human values, and be human, right? The moment you are not copying anybody, you are not making somebody your role model, you'll grow faster than anybody. Why? Because you are working on your individuality and you are showing your own talent. So this mix of things, would always keep you different, a professional, and then, help you grow. Then another piece of advice is that be teachers. It's not that you are going and teaching in some school or something, but whatever knowledge, whatever wisdom that you have, keep sharing. Learning and sharing makes the individual growth far better and faster than you can even think of. So with those words, I would like to wish you all the very best in your future, and you achieve the heights and take the name of flag of AEG to the higher levels, and assure you that any given time of your life, as an alumni, please stay connected. We are there to help you. We are there to guide you any which ways which is possible for you for your professional growth. Thank you so much.